Flyers win it 4-1 over the Nashville Predators. Welcome into Post Game Live, presented by Curado Insurance. Al Morgani, Scott Hartnell, Ashlyn Sullivan here with you once again. This game had a little bit of everything in it. Great goaltending, great offensive play, strong defense, especially from Jamie Drysdale. But you wanted to see more chances, more puck possession. From the last game, you got that. This offense all of a sudden is surging.
Boy, if you missed that first 30 minutes of the game, the first period only a couple shots, kind of a slow start to the second period, but at the halfway point, man, they turned it on. They were protecting the pucks. They were getting out of their zone fast, coming through the neutral zone with speed, making plays, which led to a flurry of goals.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch after that slow start. You started to think, well, what's going on here? Yeah. It's not going to have the energy of the last game. And then, man, when they start hitting on all cylinders, and this Zegras, what a first impression. To come into a new city, Scott, and play like this, it's just he's got everybody behind him now.
And you just love his personality, too, as well. He's always smiling. He's got that goofy personality. You know, you had a great interview in the pre-show. It was fun to hear this guy talk, and he's really embracing the city of Philadelphia, which is awesome, which what you want.
Yeah, you can tell he's enjoying himself, and it's definitely showing on the ice as it's time for our PA Lottery winning moment of the game. How do you pick here? A couple of goals from Trevor Zegras, a 7-game point streak. We saw it in the broadcast, the first Flyer with at least 10 points in 10 games since JVR in 2009.
Yeah, this is how you do a power play, folks. You win the draw, you go D to D. Zegras is on that point. He's already tickling the ceiling with his stick and just hammers this one.
What'd you tell me? The face-offs work like once a season? How you plotted them? Look at this, right across, and then just boom, right past the goaltender there. Just a great shot and a good face-off again right there. And yeah, as you mentioned, Ashlyn, so many people contributed to this.
Right, and especially when we talked about it at the start of the season, it was almost like it was a little gun-shy. And Trevor Zegras is that one player, you can call it selfish, but you want more players to be like that, not wasting any time.
No, and you see his face there in the huddle there after they scored. He's just joking around, but just good vibes by these guys right now. They're playing hard, they're playing direct. They're not being too fancy, even though he was a fancy player in Anaheim, trying to do a lot of this stuff. Today and the whole season, he's been really, really sharp.
Yeah, and this goal here, we got to mention Michkov. The work along the wall here, the soccer moves that he has with the skates, what a setup. And then Zegras knows he's got. How he got the lane, Nashville's defense kind of just parted on him, but he found that he saw that area. Watch this move with the skate. Look at that back skate, go kick it back to himself, and then set up a beautiful shot through the lane.
And Zegras, when he gets that puck almost on the walls there, yeah, another look at that play by Michkov. He takes 4 or 5 strides right into the middle of the ice, his head's up, so he sees where the 2 defenders are coming at him. He sees a little room to the right-hand side, and boy, he fired that one home.
Look at these numbers. The first 10 games of the season for Trevor Zegras, of course, leads the Flyers in scoring, but 12 points in these games, 8 assists, 4 goals. Playing with momentum is one thing. Trevor Zegras, a heck of a start to the season.
It's all about confidence, right? When you're feeling the puck and you can do stuff out there that a lot of players can't do, and you're succeeding on it, you're making things work. Man, it feels awesome. And then when it goes away, sometimes it's tough to come back, but he's feeling it right now, which is awesome.
Yeah, and you wanted to see the young guys kind of go to the front of the class here. Coots gets hurt, so somebody has to step up. And when you've got Zegras and Drysdale and York's playing well, and Drysdale's just twice the player he was last year in some of these early games, just playing terrific. And that's what I really like, the younger core of players really carrying everybody through here.
We knew for this to work, it was going to have to be those younger guys stepping up and playing in the right direction. Jamie Drysdale, a great example of that. Let's go downstairs to the Flyers locker room and hear from Jamie Drysdale.
It seems like you've been controlling. How nice does it feel to get rewarded on the score sheet?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels nice. It was ugly, just squeaked in, but sometimes you got to start with that. And heck of a pass by Mike, and yeah, it was nice to get on the road.
Did you think maybe he was going for the Michigan on that instead of passing it?
I mean, you see him behind the net, you never know what he's going to do. So just try and get open, and he's a playmaker, so he made a great play.
Guys are 6-1-0 at home. Just what seems to be working when you guys play here?
Yeah, I think we're just excited to play in front of these fans. They're unbelievable. They give us a lot of energy, and we just got to build off that, and we have been, and it's been a fun stretch.
There's been a little trouble closing out games lately in regulation. What was maybe the key tonight?
I mean, to be honest, it was a pretty ugly game. Vladdy made some unbelievable saves, really kept us in it, and then going into the third 2-1. It's just a matter of growing as a team and getting it done. That's kind of just the bottom line. That's the message, and we were able to do it. So good stepping stone.
Do you feel like it's, with all the shots and everything from Nashville and from some of the other teams that you guys have been playing, a little bit of weather in the storm kind of thing with the defense a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great players in the league. You're going to have to defend at moments and be put in situations like that. But, our goalies have been unbelievable, and the backbone of our team right now. And, it's nice that we were able to put a few on the board for them today.
You hear Jamie Drysdale there. You look at the score and think, oh, this was a dominant effort by the Flyers. Not exactly, but a dominant effort once again from Dan Vladar. He calls him the backbone of this team. Absolutely.
He has been. He's been unbelievable. He's big. He's got a big backbone because he's so tall. But he's just been so solid making those saves that he should make and some that he shouldn't be making. So for me, it's all about defense, how they're moving the pucks out, how they're defending in front of Dan Vladar. There's no second or third opportunities a lot of the night tonight. So that's huge.
Yeah. So I guess when you have a goaltender like that, what a difference. You see one soft goal goes in, everything changes. And he just made basically everything that he can stop, he's been stopping. And Ersson, when he's been in, has been very good too. So it's terrific having those guys to it just changes the entire equation of what goes on early in a game.
And it gives the defense a little bit more freedom to get up the ice as well with their speed. The Drysdales, the Sanheims, they know that Drysdale has Sealer backing him up behind him. So it makes a little bit more offense out of that good defense, that good goaltending that they have right now.
Performance player of the game, of course, got to go to Dan Vladar. You just heard the team call him the backbone of this team. Curious now how his workload is going to be divvied up with Sam Ersson going on into reserve this morning, Al.
Yeah, well, I would think one game over the weekend, the first game, he'd probably get that, but, the way they've been using goaltenders, nothing's for certain here. But he really has been the reason keeping in the games early, Scott, because it wasn't a pretty start for the Flyers.
No, it wasn't, right? In the last, 3-4 years that I've been doing this, Alex, there's always one or two kind of soft goals that go in for our goaltenders. And right now, Dan Vladar is so strong, so big in front of those net, making these saves. And it's keeping him in him, number one, but he's winning these games as well because, there was a few that could have gone by him that didn't.
Yeah, that's what the saves you're supposed to make, absolutely being made, and it gives your defense the confidence there. And I know they're playing a little bit different, supposedly not blocking as many shots, let the goaltender see it, but still, the way he's playing right now, I don't care what system you're playing, goaltender's playing like that, it's great.
Yeah, and then, shots like that, sometimes they obviously hit the pillows and they come out. There's second, third chances. There's not many second and third chances with Vladar right now in net, which is so much easier on playing defense like that.
Yeah, just more of a calming presence, and that's for sure so far this season as the Flyers win this one 4-1. Let's go back downstairs and hear from Dan Vladar in the Flyers locker room.
How confident are you in your own game right now?
Pretty confident, but it's the nature, you never know. So gotta stay humble all the time.
Have you ever gone this many games without allowing more than 2 goals?
Honestly, I don't know. Obviously, the biggest thing for me is, for me and Sam is, bringing in the points. And obviously, it's nice, but at the same time, I'm just not trying to get too high from it. Still keep working hard. Because, as I said, NHL 82 games in some year.
You were in a little bit of groove there, and then Sam started the last 2 games. How did you stay fresh over the course of that week? And were you worried at all that it might take you out of your groove?
No, not at all. I mean, that's why we have Billy, and Billy's awesome, our goalie coach. And he was actually nice for me to spend some time with him as well, because obviously, if you play a couple of games in a row, you don't get as much time. You're resting more. But it was really nice, to have a couple of skates with him, and he took me out early, and we did some goalie stuff. So I actually felt better than before.
You've been making a lot of big saves you've been called on, but overall, how have the guys been doing? Letting you see the puck.
Awesome job. I mean, it's fun. It's a privilege for me to play behind them.
You hear it there, Dan Vladar saying this defense is allowing him to see the puck. It's all working well here, but definitely a concern going forward is the status of Sean Couturier. He gets injured in the first period, doesn't play the second and the third period. Flyers have a day off tomorrow. Maybe that's a good sign. I don't know if it's too optimistic to think he'll come back on Saturday, but this did not look pretty.
Yeah, we won't know until probably the skate right before the game if he's in or not, but get some ice on it, hopefully it doesn't blow up, whatever, but scary looking shot there by Juleson and hitting him up high especially.
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't happy with that shot going the way. I don't think it hit anybody, but he's such a big part, but if you want to look at the bright side of it, the guys that stepped up when he wasn't there, Drysdale mentioned it, or Zegras mentioned it, to lose somebody like that, and to also have not dependent on that big line that they've had with Cates. So it's as the old saying goes, an injury gives other people opportunity. We saw Zegras in the middle. He looked pretty good.
Yeah, it's Sean Couturier hoping he is okay to get back here this weekend in Philadelphia. Time for our Granite Run GMC play of the game. Jamie Drysdale here getting his first goal of the season for Jamie Drysdale. I thought Trevor Zegras was basically going to tackle him here, Al.
Oh, absolutely. That's the energy that you have, and that's what you want to see. As Tocchet said, the pack, right? And that's showing you the strength of the pack right there.
The pack is strong, and now as we come back here in studio, it's time for a little film session. We knew that this was going to come at some point this season. Matvei Michkov, it seemed like every single game he was getting a little bit better, a little bit faster. This definitely the best game so far of Matvei Michkov's season, guys.
Yeah, he made a bunch of plays. He had a breakaway right before they scored. Trevor Zegras scored that goal, and just to look at his footwork here and how strong he is on this puck. He's got 1, 2, 3 Preds defenders right around him, and he still has that puck in his skates, which is impressive. He gets his stick separated from the Preds defender. There's Zegras right there, the goal scorer. I'll let you take it from here, Al.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zegras just zips it right through a couple of defenders. He found that lane there. But I think the play was made on the wall by Zegras by Michkov to set this whole thing up. Watch his back skate as he comes out here. Look at this. Right there to the stick and then across. That's pretty elite soccer, not just hockey, to make a play like that. And then Zegras, terrific coming across.
Yeah, and this is Drysdale's goal here as well. There's Michkov behind the net. We're thinking, no Michigan. That's last year. And these guys are actually defending the Michigan, how close they are to the net. And there's Jamie Drysdale, defenseman on the goal line, waiting for that pass, presents his stick. Hey, give it to me, buddy. And there it is.
Yeah, watch him just slip back just a little bit. And I like what he said in the interview afterwards. You don't know what he's going to do behind there. So you better have the blade of your stick ready to go and then kind of just go back a little bit to get an angle. And that's the Michkov that we've been looking to see throughout the season.
And that's a defenseman that Drysdale scored that one on the goal line. But he had two guys covering him up high. So you're allowed to kind of move around in the offensive zone to kind of create some confusion for the Preds. And, man, it worked like a charm right now.
Yes, great stuff from Matvei Michkov as we now go back downstairs to hear from Matvei Michkov in the Flyers locker room.
Когда ты пас отдал Джейми, говоришь, что выглядел, как будто ты мячик сделать, что собираешься.
Да, потом увел пас.
Was, but then he still pass.
Matvei, how much better have you felt over the last 3, 4, 5 games?
Насколько лучше ты чувствуешь себя последние 3, 4, 5 гейм?
Да, я себя чувствую хорошо.
Feels good?
I feel like your scoring and game is starting to come a little bit. It seems like you're looking more dynamic from an offensive standpoint.
Игра к тебе возвращается, что ты чувствуешь себя нормально?
Я не знаю, вам виднее.
You can see better.
Yeah.
The play that you made along the boards, you won 2 battles there that led to Trevor's first goal. Is that a sign of you feeling a little bit more confident, a little bit stronger? I know Coach talked about the ankle injury earlier in the season, but do you feel like that's more what you're capable of doing now, playing, not just scoring, but contributing in other ways?
Когда ты двоих обвел на борту, убрал и потом отдал на Тревора, ты чувствуешь себя, что игра возвращается к тебе? Да, что у тебя и травма была в начале сезона.
Да, моя игра всегда при мне.
My game is always with me.
We talked to Trevor the other day, and he said he's always calling for the puck. On the goal that he scored, you were battling with the defenseman from the Predators. Did you hear him? Is that how you set up the pass?
Тревор говорит, что он всегда просит шайбу, зовет на шайбу. Ты, когда боролся на борту, ты услышал его или ты просто видел пас?
Просто видел пас.
He just saw the pass.
Awesome stuff there from Matvei Michkov. And look at this. Tonight's Apex Predators, the 3 stars of the game, and going with Rick Tocchet, the sound that he had post-game about how the Flyers need to remain Predators. So far, so good. Another win here in Philadelphia. We are back with our electrifying moment brought to you by Toyota. Trevor Zegras, a power play goal here. Doesn't take a lot of time. 2 goals and an assist for Zegras tonight. A 3-point night. 7-game point streak at home for Trevor Zegras as the Flyers win this one 4-1 over the Predators. Let's now go back downstairs and hear from Rick Tocchet.
Post-game update on Sean Couturier or what happened, when it happened?
Yeah, not yet. It was a shot from the point, so we will evaluate. Can't tell right now.
Dan Vladar getting 30 saves after not playing for you has got to give you more confidence for that tandem, especially with Sam Barson being out for a little bit.
He was great. He was the difference maker. We were kind of asleep for a couple of periods, and he I call him he was our smelling salt, waking us up a little bit. But he was really good.
Jamie Drysdale said it wasn't the prettiest game for you guys. Why do you think the start was an issue?
I think in an 82-game schedule, you're going to have games where you're sluggish. But then, and it was 2-1 after the second. I don't think we're all happy with our game, and we grinded out. That's a good sign. Even some guys had some tough nights. They were really, and I thought in the third they were a little bit better. So you can salvage. That's the thing. You can have a tough couple of periods, but can you salvage the third? Or I talk to the players about that. Or you're like, I'm having a tough night, so it's over. But I think a lot of guys had a little bit of resolve in the third, knowing they're having a tough night, and gave us what they had. That's how I see it.
How good is it for them, the mental side of things, that you had struggles in the third period closing out games and you're able to get one tonight?
Yeah, like I said, taking advantage of good goaltending, and obviously getting some guys like Trev had obviously a really good game for us, opportunistic, and got us some key the key goal when they had momentum.
Talking about smelling salts, and Michkov wins that battle, 2 battles on the boards to set up Zegras' first goal. Everybody looks at the pretty goals and the pretty plays he makes, but when he's doing that amount of work, is that where you see it, when he's going the right way, and you can kind of see him building off of that?
Yeah, he is. He's stacking some good shifts and some good, good hockey together. Whether it's winning a battle, or when time and place is to make the safe play to get off. Instead of trying to make a high-risk play, I think he's starting to understand that, hey, that's a good play sometimes. Like a neutral play is okay, because game management is everything, and I think that's something he's learning, and I think he's getting better at.
There was a play before that where it ends up not leading to a goal, but he blocks a pass in the defensive zone, springs Tippett for a breakaway.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys have been focusing on defensive zone play with him. Is that the kind of play where you could show him, and be like, this is how you create offense out of good defense?
Oh, yeah. Like, he's light years the last 3 weeks what he was 3 weeks ago. Like, the coaches are doing a great job. He's he's there knocking on the door, and he's watching. So I give him a lot of credit. He's being a, self-starter. Sometimes you have to go get players all the time, but he's there. That's a great sign that he wants information, and then I can play him the last 2 minutes of a game or 3 minutes. Like, I don't have to worry about it because he's in his spot. So that's a perfect example, doing a good job there.